so my family members don't know about this. So because I'm just still starting it right now, and then I don't want to be bothered like,
I just want to be myself, and being
mm-hmm,
myself means that I'm truly raw and vulnerable, like really open.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. So I'm not afraid of opening up my stories to the YouTube audience. So and then so the background of creating my YouTube channel. Well, back in 2004, so I had a crowdfunding project, and then I lost some budget. Well, for some people, it's just a nothing. It's like a several $1,000s. And then, yeah, so it's a kind of a failure for me. And at that time, I couldn't do anything for a month. So I lost passion, and then I just didn't want to do anything. So I spent 1 month like doing nothing. And then suddenly just I got to know a friend, and then she told me her failure story, and then she is just going through to get over it, and then it just helped me to get better. So listening to other stories, especially how they get over the things, how they get over the failures, it helped me
Yeah.
a lot. So yeah, that's why I started this project.
Well, congratulations, and I'm glad that you were able to turn that unfortunate incident to something of purpose and passion. Yeah.
Mm,
I
mm,
would like to comment about the, if I may share something. So I've been seeing clients because now I'm doing full time therapy, healing, and coaching. For like
mm-hmm.
25 years, I was a corporate person, finance professional, CPA, and all
Oh,
those budgets,
wow.
forecast, highly corporate, structured, organized. And then I lost my
Mm-hmm.
job. So we had a redundancy. And
Uh-huh.
then, yeah, there were like 20 of us, and the abandonment wounding got triggered. Like every
Okay.
situation that we go through, it may mean differently to everyone. Like some people
Mm-hmm.
who experienced the redundancy, they felt rejected. I felt
Mm-hmm.
abandoned. Some people felt disrespected. So
Mm-hmm.
you may experience a similar incident with other people, but the meaning of that story is different for each one.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm doing full-time therapy, healing, and coaching. And I have one of my clients, and I told him an incident that happened few days back because I've been working on a lot of projects, reorganizing my house. My sister is coming, and then I have also my existing clients. I'm going to Philippines for 2 months, and there's just
Oh,
so many things that are going on at the same time. And
yeah.
so when I was at the shop, I forgot my phone where I placed it. That panic of my phone is so
I
important to
know.
me. I have
Once
all my
I lost my
contacts in my phone.
passport.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
and I panicked and I was like, oh
Uh-huh.
my God, and that feeling of overwhelm, feeling so tired
Yeah.
because I've not been sleeping enough
Uh-huh.
the past few days because I've been doing a lot of things. And um yeah, it was quite interesting how I was noticing what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of me that was experiencing the overwhelm, the feeling lost, the
Uh-huh.
feeling abandoned as well. It's like, and I was like, oh my God, what is happening now? But same time, there's this observer or witness that
Mm-hmm.
was witnessing what was happening to me. And
Mm-hmm.
it's quite interesting when you look at it that we have different parts of us, but there's only one of us, yeah. But it's just like looking at different lenses. Anyway, when eventually when I asked someone, they told me that it was there at the counter and they found it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had my session that night with my client, I told him, "Oh, this is what happened to me. I almost lost my phone and I panicked." And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I know it's not about millions because my client is going through business losses that can amount to
Oh.
millions of dollars. So I was just explaining to him that, oh, I know it's just a phone, but the phone for me means so
Of
much.
course,
And
of
I really
course. It
like
means a lot to me. Yeah.
what he shared, Shine. He told me that, Vida, maybe for you, you feel that, you've lost, there's this fear of losing something. Maybe for you, it's just a phone, but it means a lot to you. And I respect that. And so what the moral of the story is like, there's no comparison whether it's just a phone or millions of
Mm-hmm.
dollars of a business loss. It's something to do with how much we value certain things in our lives and how does it affect us. I don't know why I told you
Exactly.
this. A lot of times, Shine, I'm
Uh-huh.
channeling,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just like, I
Uh-huh.
get these messages and I just share them later
And
on.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, but the thing is, I have a follow-up question for that. So, speaking of value, so these days, what's the most valuable thing in your life?
What's the
Yeah,
being
the
true to
most valuable
myself.
thing.
Being true to myself. It's choosing myself regardless of what's happening in the world. It's me first.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
Mm-hmm.
backstory to that. It's like I turned 51 last October. And
Mm-hmm.
for 51 years, let's say 50 years, I have been
Mm-hmm.
mostly always loving others first, thinking of others. And I come from a Catholic background where it's
Uh-huh.
always love thy neighbors, love your parents.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with these things. But what I realized was I have forgotten myself
Mm-hmm.
in the equation. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with giving, but I'm
Sure.
learning to receive right now. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you talk about what's most important to me, is reminding myself that I am deserving and that I'm worthy and that
Mm-hmm.
I can live my life the way I want it to be lived. And that I don't
Oh.
need to ask for permission from anybody else relating to anything regarding my life. So it's like I like to call it sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
Sovereignty is freedom. It looks like being unapologetically you. It looks like confidence. It looks like you just don't care about what other people will tell you. It's like other
Mm-hmm.
people's business is none of my business, Shine. What I
Mm-hmm.
think about myself is what's most important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And what meanings I put about certain things in my life, whether internal or external, are what matters to me the most. Because I
Mm-hmm.
realize that in life, our lives are relating to the meanings that we put against it. What are our thoughts? What are our beliefs? It's like, how do you define life? Life for
Yeah.
me is different than how you perceive
Mm-hmm.
life, right? And and that's why I was
Mm-hmm.
sharing earlier that we may encounter a similar incident, but we may define it differently. It may mean differently to us. Does it mean that my definition of or meaning of life is better, is more relevant? Not really. It's just like this is Vida's truth and Shine, that's your
Mm-hmm.
truth. And both are valid. So there's no
Yeah.
cancellation or rejection. It's just about respecting that this is my truth. And truth also changes all the time. I used to think that truth
Right.
is absolute. And I was like, no. Last year, the meaning of life for me is finding joy. Now the meaning of life for me is just having fun. And they have a different flavor to it
Uh-huh.
that only I probably can understand what that means.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Having fun is my driving force for doing the
Mm.
things. For example, so we met up at the business community and then
Yeah.
meeting up, yeah, new people, especially meeting up passionate people. So yeah, so I had a lot of fun at that time. And then having interviews, and then I learned from my interviewees, and then yeah, so it's kind of yeah, fun too.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
That's really quite interesting, right? And I my favorite line with my clients and people I meet. Because when they ask me what's the meaning of life, Vida, what will I do? What's my passion? What's my purpose? What will motivate me? And I
Mhm,
just tell them that what brings you joy? What's that
mhm.
one thing that can excite you the most? That brings you so much excitement? It could just be going out for an ice cream. Then do that. You don't have to think of like saving the world or saving the dolphins. uh, there's nothing wrong with those things, by the way. Okay, it's just like find something that excites you at this moment, even if it's just getting out of bed. Because there are people who are struggling to find the
Mm-hmm.
meaning of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that, you know what, there's no meaning of life unless you put meaning into it. And you define and dictate how life will look like for you. How would you like to live life? And the fastest and easiest way to live life is find your joy, find what excites you, not other people, without asking for permission. And one of the things that I tell my client as well is, my friends, can you give yourself permission to relax? Can you give your permission to be yourself? Because we grew up too fast. A lot of people are still asking for permission. They don't know about it, by the way, huh? Because it's highly subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
We may feel that, no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
hyper independent. I'm so independent and I don't think about other people. I don't ask for permission from anybody. Yeah, that's on your conscious mind. But if a person experienced trauma when they were young, there was neglect, there was abandonment, whatever trauma that they have experienced, sometimes there's this child who is still asking for permission
Mm-hmm.
from their parents, and that child has not grown up. This is what you call the wounded inner child in the
Mm-hmm.
psychology terminology.
Yeah. And I have that inner child. I mean, everyone has wounded inner child. So,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and there are different
Mm-hmm.
there are different ages that they have different stories to say, and it's actually quite admirable from your side that you get to acknowledge it, that yes, I have this inner child, wounded inner child. And because
Mm-hmm.
when you own it, it's easier for you to change that.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of therapy that I do for inner child healing shine, it's quite different from how I've learned it from my institute, from my certifications.
Ooh.
Um, like for example, in one of the modalities I have learned, you have to integrate the child. Meaning like, okay, if this part of us felt rejected, we have to call it back. But a lot of times, what I realize, and this worked for me and this is working for with my clients as well, it's just allowing ourselves to acknowledge what is that part of us that's hurting. It's
Mm-hmm.
meeting those wounded inner child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to call them wounded actually. I like to call them, yeah, they're longing for love and acceptance.
Yeah, actually, language is quite important because language you use, they define our world. They just form our world. Okay, so let's just call it inner child who needs love.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
when you started your introduction and you shared with me what happened to you when you felt like you've lost, well, you did not feel it, but you've experienced loss from your business, and that for 1 month you didn't do anything, and then you find motivation and purpose from people you meet sharing their own experiences. I feel like you were looking for belongingness, you were looking for kind of validation, and I'm saying this out of love and compassion. Yeah, I mean, we all need love and compassion from each other. Even me, I have been doing
Yeah.
therapy and healing for the last 3 years, Shine. I have beautiful
Mm-hmm.
friends who remind me every now and then to say that, Vida, you're worthy,
Mm.
go get it. You
Oh,
deserve it.
wow.
Yeah, I still go through different
That's
emotions
so
and
touching.
sensations.
Uh-huh.
So I
Uh-huh.
am I am not excused. I know
Mm.
we are divine and spiritual beings and we are powerful, but sometimes we forget.
Mm.
And so why do people come for therapy anyway? Because they were not able to express themselves. They felt they experienced trauma. Trauma is nothing but a wound. There was a time where the child was overwhelmed and there was nobody to emotion. There was no one who was emotionally available, because it's possible that the primary caregiver was physically available, but because they were going through their own stress, it doesn't have to be a traumatic incident for them. It could just be both parents were working and they didn't have time for the child. So, do you think they can be emotionally available for the child? Not really. And if it
Mm-hmm.
happens uh, um, for quite some time, and it becomes like the dynamics of the relationship of the child. So the child will
Mm-hmm.
tend to grow up longing for that emotional
Mm-hmm.
validation.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, when that child grows up, some people they say that, stop being a victim, don't have a victim mentality. I have a different perspective on that. We
Mm-hmm.
have to acknowledge that there was a victim first for that person to come out from the victimhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of things to share about these experiences, and I just want to tell you that your feelings are valid, and whatever experiences that you have gone through, they're beautiful actually, because it made you who you
Oh,
are now for
right.
those
And then it became
experiences
a great
that you had,
story.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, in coaching, there's what you call reframing. It's when you
Mm-hmm.
look at a certain story, an incident that happened to you, and having a change of perspective about it. Yeah. I actually have a
Mm-hmm.
poster
Mm-hmm.
and I want to read it to you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It
Yeah.
says,
I want to
it
hear.
says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So
Mm.
when you shared with me your passion about speaking to people about their failures and how they were able to overcome it, I was really thinking, I said, how will I answer this? Because I have long changed the definition of failure, and I don't see experiences as failures anymore. For me,
Oh.
every moment that we have, it's actually an invitation for us to shed the old versions of us, because life is
Mm-hmm.
already offering us an elevated version, happier, more peaceful, more loving, more abundant version of us. It's like we are so spoiled that everything is already here, but at the same time we're being invited to revisit our belief systems. Could be belief systems, it could be the old conditionings that we have, which are not serving us anymore. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
happened to us in the past, it served us in the past. But now, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through a certain issue, it's just an invitation for me to level up. It's like,
Right.
what is it that I have believed to be true about myself that is not serving me anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Have I really experienced failure in the past? Probably yes, you can say that. But you know what? I choose to define my life differently now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I look at the past, because you cannot move on to the future or now if you don't look at your past. So even in therapy, I don't like re-traumatizing people, huh? And
Yeah.
I allow them
All right.
to share
Mm-hmm.
their experiences, but not to
Uh-huh.
re-traumatize them. Most of the time it's for
Uh-huh.
them. I don't need to hear their stories. I just need to know what they have felt about the stories, because when we go through stories, most of the time people are there is a tendency that we get identified to those stories. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, how many times have you mentioned about the experience about your business? It's probably good in the beginning, but probably there's an invitation for you to relook at that, redefine that experience for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when a child is seen, a child who's crying and looking for love and attention, and you notice, you acknowledge the child, and you look at the child and you say, I see you now, I see you, you also belong, and
Mm-hmm.
physically it's like hugging the child. So some people are highly visual on their clairvoyant, they can see visually on their mind's eye. Even if you don't, just connect to your body
I do
and
that.
feel.
I do that. Yeah. When
Yeah,
I do meditation, yeah, I was so surprised because you're just talking about what I exactly do. So
yeah.
I didn't do that regularly, but when yeah, inner child, they yeah,
So
just
what do you do
it
when you
just
see the
pops
inner
up.
child?
So yeah, so one of most well, it's a kind of a trauma, and when I was
Mhm.
9, and then I don't remember the reason, but the exact reason, but a grandmother on a lady on the street. So at that time I made a mistake. Maybe I just did something on her properties or something. I broke or something by mistake, and then she scolded me like, yeah, too much, like just scolding me and saying some bad words to me, and then it was just a moment or maybe several seconds, several minutes. But yeah, so it's kind of a painful moment. So then I imagine that scene, and then little May is out there, and then I imagine that I hug her, and then I just yeah, saying to her, it's okay. Then I can feel that something's happening in my heart. Like I feel more relieved, and yeah, and actually, I've been through quite many ups and downs in my life, well, like many others, and especially in my childhood. And well, I've been through counseling sessions for several years, and
Yeah.
then yeah, yeah. So actually, at the very last session, it remains me like a trauma because yeah, so something happened, like it just yeah, finished not in a good way. So I have the moments like that, and every time the moments pops up just suddenly, then I use the way of meditation, like a hugging um past myself. So
Yeah. Do you see? Thank you for
mm,
sharing that, Shine. That's very
mm,
courageous of you to share it. By the way, if I suddenly start asking
mm.
questions and then you don't feel
Oh yeah,
comfortable,
sure, sure,
just
sure.
yeah, just
No, it's okay. It's
um, uh,
okay. Yeah,
is
yeah.
it
Let's get on the
okay
flow. Uh,
also to ask you certain questions? So when you think about this 9-year-old child, I want you to feel the sensation in your body. I want you to notice, observe, because you do meditation anyway, even with your eyes
uh-huh.
open. Yeah. So when you
Mm-hmm.
think of this 9-year-old, I want you to sense what's happening in your body right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And because you are highly
First,
visual,
uh,
so you can see
uh-huh.
her. So what's happening in your body while you are looking at her? And you can also see that's how powerful our minds
Uh-huh.
is, or
Uh-huh.
that's how powerful our bodies are too.
I feel cold first,
Yeah. Where do you feel the
and
coldness in your body right now?
on my skin, and then on my thighs, and then on my arms, and I have
Okay.
goosebumps, and then feels like I'm stuck, and feels like no one can help me out because people around me, they just keep silence. And then, yeah, nowhere to go. And it feels like no one can protect me. I feel insecure.
Yeah. So is this the shine of now who's talking or the 9-year-old?
Now it's me. Yeah. So, yeah. So, the current me is feeling like that.
Okay. Um, Without even going too deep, is it okay if you just hug your body right now? You can just put
Hug
your
myself.
hands
Yeah.
on
So
your,
sometimes I do that. Yeah.
yeah. And I just want you to stay present with this part of you.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay? So you can
Mm-hmm.
close your eyes if you like. Whatever you feel the strongest sensation, you can
Mm-hmm.
you can send your focus to that part of you. And it's like telling that because you already know what is the age of this child. It can be something different as well. Some people they're not able to see and remember because it's serving them, it's keeping them safe. So it's okay. So what you can do is just hug yourself and you can tell that inner part of you that's hurting right now, that's feeling cold. I see you now. You can even say it in your heart. You don't have to verbalize it. But when I'm alone,
Mm-hmm.
I say those words. And I say, I see you
Mm-hmm.
now. I see you're feeling cold. And then I describe, it's like I validate the feelings of that child. So I validate the sensations in physical body. I validate
Mm-hmm.
the emotional body as well. It's like I ask myself, and you can ask yourself, Shine, how am I sensing in my physical body right now? So that the first one, we already mentioned it
Mm-hmm.
earlier. Second question is, how am I feeling in my emotional body? It means, what are the feelings that are coming to you? Is
Mm-hmm.
there sadness, anger? By the way, when you're asking these questions, it's of no
Mm-hmm.
judgment, okay? It's with love and compassion only. And then the third question is, what are the thoughts that are coming to me right now? And the invitation is just to observe the physical sensations, the feelings, and the thoughts. And you, as the adult of now, because I'm the one I'm talking to you now, you get to
Mm-hmm.
reparent this part of you. Whether it's a child, whether it's an ancestor, whatever energy it is, there's something that feels uncomfortable, right? So
Mm-hmm.
just tell that part of you, I see you now, I feel you, I'm here with you.
Well, this question just came up with my mind. So, what led you to be a healer? Because yeah, and I wanna just yeah, so it just came up with my mind. So, um, you're working with the clients, and then you just look into their wounds. But yeah, how did it start? So, when did you
Yeah, well, thanks
decide?
for
Yeah.
asking me that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
3 years back when I lost a job when my role became
Oh.
redundant because of
Oh.
emeritization.
Oh. Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they had a yeah, I was working in a local company, government company, and they had an emeritization. So they let go of so many people. At that
Mm-hmm.
time, that abandonment wounding that I mentioned earlier got triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
of
so I went
course.
to a therapist. Actually, even before that, I started already going for therapy. It was hypnotherapy. That was my first modality. I was the client.
Uh-huh.
And this
Uh-huh.
happened like 5 years ago. And I
Mm.
yeah, it was yeah, 5 years ago when I started therapy. I asked the therapist, I said, why is it that people I love leave me? And then that's when
Oh, hits me
that was a
hard.
limiting belief, right? And it was like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was like heartbreaks, right now, actually last week I just broke up with my third long-term partner. So the first one was
Uh-huh.
a marriage,
Uh-huh.
and then of
Uh-huh.
10 years, and then I was with a guy for another 10 years, and
Uh-huh.
then the most recent one is 7 years. And so even though I'm a therapist, there's still different
Mm-hmm.
layers
Mm-hmm.
of this wounding. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
onion, right? It has so many skin and
Mm-hmm.
layers.
Mm-hmm. 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 We have it.
um
Yeah, we all have it. And that
yeah,
to be
so I
okay, so
started
yeah. Uh-huh.
I started learning different modalities,
Mm-hmm.
hypnotherapy, family constellations, all different energy healing, trying to understand what's happening with me. Actually, the motivation also was because I'm still a finance person, like with all the skills. So my motivation for me, Shine, was, you know what? I'm not gonna pay the therapist. I will learn all the modality, being a
Oh.
therapist, healer, and a coach, so that I can just help myself. At the time, my energy was hyper independence because I didn't
Uh-huh.
trust other people. I said I only trust
Oh.
myself. Yeah,
Oh.
because when a 5-year-old was left by her father, she
Mm.
experienced mistrust.
Mhm.
She couldn't trust
Mhm.
other people. How could she if she has this belief
Mhm.
that people she loves, they leave her?
Oh.
And so I started doing different modalities. And then when I lost my job, I
Mhm.
yeah, I continued the different healing modalities and therapies. And I felt the calling. I felt the calling that, okay, Vida, it's time for you to stop this abandonment drama. and
You can
because
finish.
you are
Yeah.
meant for more. You are meant to help others now. You are meant to receive love. You are meant to receive a lot of love and support from other people. You are meant to stop overgiving,
Mhm.
because that was
Mhm.
my identity in the past. I was an
Mhm.
overgiver, people pleaser. I used money to buy love, by the way.
Mhm.
Of
Oh,
course,
what do
now
you
I can
mean?
see that.
Uh-huh.
I say, when I
Oh.
overgive, I buy gifts, I
Uh-huh.
treat people, I use
Ah,
money
okay.
heavily.
Uh,
So when I lost my job,
uh-huh.
I felt like I lost the money. I literally had to
Uh-huh.
stop doing
But
what. I
I'm
was
so sorry.
doing
Yeah, just for a second. Just for a second. Yeah, so yeah, someone is knocking on my. So the thing is, this interview project is kind of a secret project, so my family members don't know about this. So because I'm just still starting it right now, and then I don't want to be bothered like, oh, so you're doing this. Well, why are you doing this? Like, well, can you monetize this? Well, so yeah, they might ask me. So yeah, so this is just a secret. So I just simply told them like, oh, I'm
I
I'm having a
understand.
meeting. So yeah. So by the way,
Yeah, I
sorry. Yeah.
understand
So
that.
let's get back to yeah. So
Yeah.
what we were talking
And
about. Yeah.
anyway, so I
Sorry.
was just saying
Mhm.
that, I just
Uh,
found myself and I lost the job that it was like there was a soul calling for me, Vida, start helping others.
uh,
So I went through that journey of wanting to rescue other people because I was still healing
mm,
myself. I think I feel
mm,
that this healing is a lifetime healing. When I say healing, it's an invitation to know who we truly are. It's not because we're
mm,
wounded, it's not because we're broken, it's not because we need fixing. It's just
mm,
every time that we go into a wound in the past, we get to see a different version of us that, if I stop
mm,
believing that and I stop believing that people I love leave me, because that had affected
mm,
my life
mm,
in career, in personal life. Yeah, what happened to all
mm,
my relationship? They left, right?
mm,
And even friends left as well, leave, you know, those times. And it was just an
mm,
invitation for me to recognize that that belief is not serving me, because
mm,
we are not just physical bodies. Yeah, we are energetic bodies as well. So our emotions,
mm,
they have energies, they have energies. Our thoughts, they are energy as well. So we have energetic bodies, and energy is measured by frequency. So we are
mm,
vibrating constantly. So, who
mm,
you are right now, the frequency that you have right now and that you are too, will only attract the similar frequency. So, if I want to
mm,
have a loving relationship, a stable relationship, I should also embody, I can get to embody
mm,
that frequency that I want from other people. So, it's not about, I like that. I just use external environment as a mirror to remember that this is what I want. So if that's what I want outside of me, I
mm,
can get to remember that it's already existing inside of me. And then I get to embody it.
mm,
Embody meaning like living, breathing, those concept or principles that I'm already worthy, I'm deserving, I can do
mm,
what I want. So if you've
mm.
been to networking events with me, I give different introductions. I
Mm.
sometimes I crawl under the table. Sometimes I just laugh, ha 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 ha,
Oh,
for a few minutes. Yeah, there's so many things that I have done, and when I think about it, I said, oh, so shameless. It's like I don't really care what other people will say, Shine, because
wait. I wanna ask you that. So crawling under table.
yeah, I
Oh,
because
what can
I
I
was
ask?
seated and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
can I ask
Nisha
why
called
you
me.
crawled? Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't plan my introductions.
Uh-huh.
So I crawled because I was in the middle of the room and they were like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, should I go to the right? Should I go to the
Mm-hmm.
left, to get up? And I saw that there was like, I can go and crawl under the table to go in front.
Oh,
And I was even
wow.
wearing dress and high heels. And I said, what would
Uh-huh.
it feel like? What would it feel like for me? Yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
crawl under the table to get there. And then
Mm-hmm.
people were saying, no, no, you shouldn't do that. And then I was like,
Uh-huh.
um you know what, that was fun, that was
You
so
listen
fun,
to your gut.
that was so
Yeah.
liberating. and
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then I saw people, so I feel like in my journey, Shine, I get to do things that are kind of weird, that looks messy, that looks I say so many different things as well, but
Mm,
I'm loving every part of me, I'm accepting every part of me, and even when I'm not accepting, I'm also accepting that I am not
mm.
accepting. Just not to create internal conflict, huh?
Yeah. So the thing is, whenever I have interviews with interviewees, I ask the question, how can we love ourselves? And the things you just told me right now, it's just perfect answer for the question. How do we love ourselves? Like accepting every part of ourselves is the thing.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and it's like, how do I choose myself first? Is this
Mm-hmm.
thought serving me? Is this thought loving myself? Is this decision? Are these words? Are the words of these people? Are there what they're thinking of me?
Mm-hmm.
Does it show that I'm choosing myself? Does it show that I'm loving myself? So those are the questions that I ask myself
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning mostly. Even now,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it takes,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, practice, and that practice is just being mindful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Okay.
mindful that, okay, how would I feel if I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Am I coming from a place of love and joy? Or am I doing this because I fear that I will be rejected by my family? I also went through that, by the way. And I feel that a lot of people go through that experience, like you right now. It's like there's a part
Mm-hmm.
of you that's hiding because you don't want to be rejected by your family. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say that, Shine, it's not just you, because
Mm-hmm.
we are all children of our family system. And when we're born, we have this love and
Mm-hmm.
loyalty, blind love and loyalty to our ancestors, to our family system.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, the authenticity of the person, of who you are, of how what you would like to experience, how you'd like to experience life, gets
Mm-hmm.
compromised because of
Mm-hmm.
the need to belong. The need to belong is so strong because the pain of rejection, of abandonment, of isolation is so
Mm-hmm.
strong in the beginning when you don't remember that you are the soul and that you are free to be you. So what if I'm by myself? I've been living on
Mm-hmm.
my own for the last 2 years. But I meet a lot of people. I
Mm-hmm.
also met myself, and every moment I'm meeting myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I find
I
so much
I
joy.
get it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I laugh at myself a lot. And I judge myself heavily too, by the way. But when I'm judging
Oh.
myself, after a few moments, I say, oh my God, Vida is so critical of you. And then I just laugh at it.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing to diffuse this energy is to laugh at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the beginning, it may feel weird, but then I said, so what? You know what? It's my joy, it's my life. Who gets to live
Mm-hmm.
my life anyway? Isn't it Vida? Isn't it Shine living her life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even when you are doing something to please others, it's okay. Just be mindful about that and say, at this moment, yes, I am still pleasing them and I'm fully aware of it. But it's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
for long. I'm just
No, yeah.
building my
Mm-hmm.
confidence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, right,
I'm
right.
remembering all the resources within me that I'm already confident. Right now, I don't fully
Mm-hmm.
realize that I'm confident, and it's
Uh-huh.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you release the judgment. You
Mm-hmm.
just find compassion for that part of you. There's nothing wrong or good. It's just like you learn to accept what is. And your truth right now is probably you want to respect your parents. You're not in a position yet. You may feel, even if it's a belief system, which I know it is, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because moment by moment things change.
Yeah, I
And the
believe
part of
so.
you that's
Mm-hmm.
always remembering, Shine, the part of you that's divine, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
forget. It will nudge you, it will it will remind you, hello, shine your light.
Oh yeah, I hope so. And then, well, so still, yeah, so still I struggle to move on. But okay, so to be really honest, I told you that I'm going through a burnout, and then
Yeah,
recently I've been thinking of to quit this project. I mean,
yeah.
so the thoughts like oh, is this meaningful? Or well, the number of views is just a little compared to the others, so is it meaningful? I was kind of suspicious. So yeah, so the thoughts came up with me. It's like, okay, so this is just temporary feelings. And then rather than pushing myself, I gotta create kind of a system to um continue this project. So that's why I set up the meetings with the people when I visited Dubai. And then
Mm.
yeah, so you know what, when I just talk with people, when I have interviews, I'm feeling happy. Yeah. So I'm truly happy. So well, yeah,
Can
so
I give
I
you a
love the
different
process.
perspective?
Oh yeah, sure, sure, sure. I'd love to hear.
It's okay also to pause, to stop right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we're being
Mm-hmm.
invited to
Mm-hmm.
stop what we do so that we can
Mm-hmm.
reflect on why are we doing things, and then so that we can change
Mm-hmm.
our energy from a
Mm-hmm.
space or place of fear. If there are only two emotions, there's love versus fear. Okay, let's just make it simple like that. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, what was my original intention when I created this? Yeah, this is like Shine talking. What is the original
Mm-hmm.
intention of Shine when she created this podcast, these interviews? To heal herself because she felt like she was a failure, or there's a part of her that felt like a failure. But when you think that, when you're a soul and remembering that everything is just an experience, nothing is really a failure. Nothing is ever a failure. Even corporation, business coaching, they say that failure is only feedback.
Mm-hmm. I like that point of view.
Yeah. So, and then, you can stop. I'm sharing this because this is what I experienced in so many things. There was a time I stopped doing healing therapy and coaching. I stopped and I said, what now? I don't want to go back to the job because I don't feel like there's no urge or energy to go back there. I totally embrace this calling and I love what I do. But then I stopped because life, the divine part of me, was only asking me to revisit my intentions. Because in the beginning, it was like, you know what? Yeah, I have a soul calling, so I will just accept this because I don't want to go back to the corporate life. So was that
Mm-hmm.
really a place of coming from love when I see other people, when I see my clients? Um, Not really. It's like suddenly I came into an awareness that, oh my God, this is my what my intention is, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
appearing there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have experienced with my clients in the past, I felt like I was all love and compassion, right? But now that I have this awareness, I don't like this feeling that I'm just doing these sessions for people and reminding them that there are the love and the light. And in fact, I just don't want to go back to that job. So it
Mm-hmm.
became like,
Got it. Uh-huh.
just because I don't have anywhere to go back to, I don't want that. So I'm just choosing this. What if? So I stop, I pause, and then I realize, and life was also showing me I wasn't getting clients. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why am I not getting clients anymore? Yes, because there's invitation for me to pause. Literally, I stopped. And then I realized that, okay, I really enjoy doing sessions with my clients. It's not your usual therapy because I remind people of all the possibilities that are already here. It's like I get to heal. I get to hold that space for other people to heal themselves. And healing for them is to remember that they are the soul and all possibilities exist and that they are free to choose the life that they want to have. And then when I realized that intention, and now I'm coming from a space of, I really find it joyful and happy. And it excites me when I sit with my clients, not because I don't want to go back to the old job, to corporate life. And it's finding peace that, you know what, it was not a good closure there, but I need
Uh-huh.
to make peace also with what happened to me in the past because they terminated us unfairly, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They treated
Mm-hmm.
us unfairly. They
Mm-hmm.
created stories and whatever. But anyway, the point is, when I went back to healing, teach to these wellness activities, yeah, you can say it's activities. I have a different kind of spirit. Yeah, I started having a different frequency, and I found a different meaning in life as well. So do I still experience those dips? Yes, but you know what? With a lot of awareness. So
Mm-hmm.
rather than saying I have to think of something, strategize. Probably you don't have to. You can get to do it, yes, but you don't
Mhm.
have to. And you can see the invitation that's already here. So, what is this experience right now telling me about myself? Is it
Mhm.
about being more creative? Or is it about revisiting my beliefs because they're not serving me anymore? So
Mhm.
perhaps it's just a repackaging of all these interviews
Yeah.
because you cannot
Yes.
stay wounded for all these interviews that you had already. Every
Mhm.
time that you meet another person, whether in an interview or just a
Mhm.
man on the street, there's
Mhm.
something that shifts in you. You get to remember a part of you, isn't it? It's like your wisdom now is different when we started. So it's
Yeah,
not
definitely.
possible. So
Mhm.
what if you use the word healing, the healed
Mhm.
version of you now, shine,
Mhm.
cannot possibly have that wounded inner child
Mhm.
because that child is already now integrated with you.
Yeah, I could feel
So
that. Yeah.
so it's okay also to take a break. There's no rush.
Mhm.
So you mentioned about comparing to other
Wow.
people. Why do you need to compare yourself to other
Mhm.
people?
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
question that you can ask, I like being practical, by the way. Huh? I'm highly spiritual, but I'm highly practical as well. So I ask myself, so what? So what if they're all ahead of me? So what if they're receiving millions now? If I am seeing, so I can transmute that. Transmute is when you change the energy, when you alchemize it, yeah?
Mhm.
From that space of, oh my God, look at them. They're so high and mighty, or they're so abundant, and look at me now. So I recognize that part of me. Oh my God, I feel so jealous now. Yes, and it sucks. And then and then once I process that and feel that, acknowledge that feeling, I said, okay, rather than asking what is wrong with me, I already asked that anyway. I ask now, what is the message here for me? And so I tell myself, if I see these people in front of me and they are on a higher version, they're more abundant, they're more successful. I think they're more successful and more abundant. It means that we are in the same field of possibilities because I am able to recognize that. Because whatever the mind can perceive, it means it exists. So when I'm already in this frequency that people are winning and are successful, I am next. Yeah, and I claim what I see in front of me as available for me too.
Mhm.
It's like when I meet someone and I like certain traits about that person. I admire that person and I say, you know what? I'm able to recognize that beauty in her because I'm also beautiful. In the beginning, it sounds like, oh, what is this? It's like fake it till you
I
make it.
I I get it. Mhm.
But it's like, no, I'm
Mhm.
also that. If
Mhm.
a person in front of me triggers a part of me, I ask myself, what is it that's triggering me about this person? It's
Mhm.
about me only
Mhm.
because we cannot change other people. Other people are just a reflection of us. When we change and shift our energy and frequency, those people will fall away. Or they will
Sure.
come
Yeah,
back,
sure.
or they
Mhm.
can come back also with a different energy because you have changed.
Mhm. And you know what? Your story reminds me of another story, and it's a really short, not fairy tale. It's an old story, and I don't remember where I got it. But there was a king, and then the king wanted to make all the things, all the stuff into pink. So definitely the people around him were frustrated and then exhausted making all the things into pink. But one day a person gave a gift to the king, and that was um, glasses with pink lenses. Yeah,
Oh,
pink glasses.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then in the point of yeah, so that's the importance of point of view. So not changing the outer things, he could see the things, all the stuff around him in pink. So yeah, so I'm on the same page. Yeah. So changing the point of view, but the thing is, okay, so this is kind of a personal story. So I used to go through, well, Actually, I've been going through a depression, a slight depression. And then,
Mm.
and then you mentioned frequency. And then you said when we change the frequency, it attracts other things. It attracts other things with same frequency, but sometimes it's not easy to change the negative frequency by myself.
Yes,
So
that's why we need to
yeah,
have a support from other people, right? Um,
mm-hmm,
it's not because we are not capable, but in the beginning, even for me, I
mm-hmm,
also go
mm-hmm,
for therapy, healing, and coaching. So it's like,
mm-hmm.
are you coachable? Are you open to receive? Because it also reflects
Mm-hmm,
about that. Yes, I'm open to
mm-hmm,
receive. I'm open to receive love. I'm open to receive other perspective. Does it mean that
mm-hmm,
I tune into their perspective immediately? No. Like even the things that I
mm-hmm,
share with you, it's not for you to blindly follow or to blindly accept it. It's just to share with you a different possibility, a different perspective, and you get to choose.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And then what I can share with you is like just have the willingness.
mm-hmm,
God, shine the part of me that's always knowing, the inner knowing of me, the higher consciousness, whatever you want to call that part of you.
mm-hmm,
This is my desire. And my desire is I want to have a different reality and describe what is that different reality. And then how it's gonna manifest, how it's gonna be translated into the physical reality. Allow the divine forces to take care of that. Whether you believe in God, it doesn't matter. But there's this higher consciousness that's taking care of all of us. And
mm-hmm.
all you need to do is just have the willingness and the openness. And whenever you will, and listen to the nudges of your soul, listen to your inner guidance. Listen to your body also. Connect to your the three questions that I ask. Practice that. They're very helpful. How am I
Mm-hmm.
feeling in my physical body? How am I feeling
Mhm,
emotionally? How am I mentally? So I'm asking about the physical sensation. Just notice them without judgment. Okay?
mhm,
You
mhm,
can stay to that part of you. How am I feeling right now? Maybe feeling sad,
mhm,
happy, joyful, and just say, I feel this right now. And if you want, you can say, I feel sad right now and I want to feel happy. And that's because I heard about this circle perspective that the last thing that you think about, it's just gonna come back to you. Yeah. I think something to
mhm,
do with the brain and the mechanism of how we think. So you'd like to leave things in a more positive way. This is not toxic positivity. You're acknowledging those painful emotions, those emotions which are heavy. Okay? You can
mhm.
say difficult or challenging. At the same time, having the desire that I want to come out of this. I want to see the wisdom of this emotion because
Mhm.
there's something that this emotion is telling me only. And then once you start asking those questions, you go to sleep. I sleep a lot, by the way. I take naps,
Oh,
sometimes even 5 hours. Last night it was 12 hours because my
five
body
hour
was
nap?
asking. Actually, it was 12 hours because I slept from 7 o'clock
Oh,
at
oh yeah.
night and I woke up at
Oh,
7 a.m. in the morning and I was like, oh,
uh-huh. Oh,
mm,
wow. Good. Yeah, that
yeah.
sounds healthy. Mm,
A lot of times it's just naps. The nap can
mm,
be like 30 minutes to 5 hours, by the way. So it can be
mhm,
different to every person. It could be 5 minutes, also 15 minutes. What I'm just
mhm,
sharing here is that we're all different. We're all the same. We're unique,
mhm,
but we
mhm.
all see things differently, but we all share the same divine presence. And by
Yeah, that's the key word. Mhm,
just the
mhm.
intention, living your life with intention, being mindful. Sometimes we also have to intentionally have fun because
Sure,
sometimes we forget, right? So
sure.
you can
Yeah.
set intention. Setting intention is just for us to kickstart, so that we can start moving ahead. So that our mind, because our mind likes to us for us to perform. Our mind wants us to move all the time. So we are not rejecting the mind. We are not rejecting the ego. No, there's no rejection here. It's just
Mhm,
finding peace with all the different parts of us. There's
mhm,
part of you that wants to move on and to carry on. Yes, do that. But allow yourself also, instead of saying, I have to do this, you can say, I get to do this.
mhm,
When you say, I get to do this, when you're not able to do it, you will not judge yourself harshly, at
mhm,
least.
mhm, mhm.
But
I
when you say,
shouldn't
I
do
should
that.
do this, I
Mm.
must do this, I need to do this,
Uh-huh.
those are
Uh-huh.
heavy. It's like nobody likes to be forced. Nobody likes to be controlled or manipulated. Those should, must, need to, they have that energy of something being enforced on us, and our and it's like we're losing our free will. Our We don't
Mhm.
want that.
Yeah.
Even children that don't like to be told what to do. So,
Mhm.
just have a work around. Find peace
Yeah.
within you. And what's working for you, just
Mhm.
go on and do that. Yeah.
Thank you. And then because on these days, well, these days I write some stuff on Threads. It's a kind of a social
Yeah.
network channel. And
Yeah.
then, well, so when I just scroll down, all the people say, oh, just to show up every day and to stick to it and the don't give up. You gotta do it anyways, even you're not feeling to do that. So actually, okay, so I couldn't realize at that time, but maybe just forcing myself reading that kind of things, maybe yeah, so that drained me, forcing myself. So I was a little bit shocked when you told me that I can stop. Yeah. So
Um,
because it felt quite refreshing.
yeah.
Hmm.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong. I'm attending a lot of business. I have a money and business coach. I have a lifetime money and business coach. I also have like those
Hmm.
yearly subscriptions.
Hmm.
They're all say the same thing. It's just like, show up every day. I don't feel like showing up every day. I don't show up. I show up when I feel like it. So it's like, can you do something with your presence? If you heard about in the spiritual world, they say doing and being. You cannot just be meditating all the time. That's like escapism. Can you do things with awareness, being mindful, and then, checking what is my intention here? And whatever intention you have, just notice it. I told my doctor friend because she keeps on complaining that, oh, Vida, I've been in YouTube the whole day. Yeah, she has addiction to YouTube. Yeah, because there's a void there and
Hmm.
she's not yet ready to see it. And I told her so many times that just notice it, just be aware. And when you're on YouTube, enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. It's like
Yeah.
whatever you're engaging it, rather than shaming yourself and judging yourself, nobody's shaming you, but just yourself. So can
Hmm.
you just say, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy this while it lasts.
Sure, and then because there's a kind of stereotype like, oh, you getting addicted to YouTube, it's bad. But actually that stereotype, yeah, so sometimes it irritates people. So anyways. So
Yeah, but
well,
what
so it
what
was so
what is yeah, sorry, I just
mm,
wanna like have a waiver, right? It's like
mm,
what works for me doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you or for everyone. It's about
mhm,
understanding or having the openness that there's so many possibilities, there's so many
mm,
potentials, there's so many options, choices, there are different realities, and we get to choose what is it
mm,
that we feel that works best for us, that feels ease, peace, joyful,
mm,
and fun. And then we get to do that.
mhm,
Because perhaps the things that I say may not work for another person.
mhm.
So it's just like this worked for me because of the experiences that I went through. It's just giving you a possibility. Even if this is not possible for that person or it's not applicable or practical, you know what happens? When you just open yourself and listen to what I'm saying, and you're saying,
Mm,
oh, that's her experience. And you're not, and you're allowing me to express myself. You yourself as a viewer, you are also opening yourself up to possibilities. So
sure.
trusting that whatever is gonna work for you, it's gonna come to you, which
Mm,
not necessarily what Vida said. It will
that's so
be
touching.
beautiful and exact for you.
Hmm.
It's gonna be like customized for Shine and for every viewer here.
Thank you for saying that. And then, yeah, so this is the beauty of having interviews. Like, I learn lessons and then I get energized. And then, oh, well, actually, I hope you enjoyed being with me,
Yeah,
yeah, on this interview. Yeah. So yeah, it's
I
been
did.
2 hours. Wow. It's so
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but
Uh,
well, you know what? And then well, so well, these days my podcast channel, it has different guests weekly. But I'm thinking of making it kind of a series, or thinking of holding some group sessions, inviting you as a lecturer like that. So yeah,
oh, that
and
would be amazing.
that's
That
my
would be
dream.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my dream, and
That's
I
your
believe that.
goal.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe
Can I
that it would
invite
come
you to
true.
see it as a goal? Because sometimes dream stays in the dream world, right? And you don't know is this the
Hmm.
dream or the reality. So that's one
Hmm.
of your goals.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
can you also allow yourself that the moment that you express yourself, you are sending out the
Hmm.
intention to the universe. Whoever is hearing, listening right now,
Hmm.
you're already
Hmm.
sending out that these are. And they're already
Hmm.
starting to synchronize all the possibilities and talking to different people,
Oh,
nudging their souls. In order for us to meet right now, there were like things that needed to happen for us to be perfectly to be right now together.
yeah,
So
exactly.
just
Yeah.
send whatever you have even shared like verbally or in your heart, believe that it is already here.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, thank you for reminding me that. So I should remind it
You're most
just
welcome.
by myself. Yeah, regular. Yeah. So by the way, yeah, so can you tell the viewers, yeah, so what do you want to tell the viewers, like, just wrapping up this interview, like how you felt, or yeah, well, whatever you want to tell them.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Oh,
And you're
oh,
free to be who you
long
are
sentence.
and give yourself the
Mm-hmm.
permission to be what you are, who
Mm-hmm.
you are. And
Mm-hmm.
you if you listened to me earlier, I like saying, so what? So what? You know, when I go back to that comparing myself to other people, so what? They can go ahead. I will have my own sweet time. And it's always beautiful. And you're
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, you're divine, you're not just a human being, you're a divine spiritual being that's so powerful. So powerful. And if I can just remind you, Shine, you are not learning new things, you are remembering. We think that we are learning new things, but we are remembering
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
core being that we are. And our essence is of love, of
Mm-hmm.
light, and of compassion. It doesn't mean that we
Mm-hmm.
don't have shadow parts. But as soon as we shine light to those shadow parts of us, shadow parts are those parts that we don't like to be, that doesn't like to
Mm-hmm.
be seen. They remain hidden,
Mm-hmm.
or we know them, but we judge them secretly. Once we start learning to accept them and find compassion for them, just the intention that I'm willing and open to send love and compassion to these parts of me that are hidden, that are in the shadow. Those parts of us will feel loved and accepted. Then there's nothing that's there in the shadow anymore. They also become light. And that changes your frequency or your energy. Because we are
Oh,
meant to
I get it.
illuminate, we are meant to radiate. Even we don't
Mm-hmm.
speak, your energy is already there in the room. And people will be
Mm-hmm.
able to feel that.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're not showing up in your social media, but just at home and imagining and embodying that feeling that, you know, wherever I am, people are already talking. Even if when I'm sleeping, people are already talking about me beautifully. My clients are already here looking for me. They're happy to find me. They're happy to pay me. They're happy to heal themselves. They're happy to work with me. So I
Mm-hmm.
choose those beliefs that can help me and bless
Wow.
me only.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you're a gift, you're the giver, you are also the receiver. We are all that.
Yeah,
So
we are.
get to
We
choose.
are. Mm-hmm. So thank you for the words you shared. And then
Thank you so
definitely,
much.
yeah, there would be the people who need your words. And then I truly believe that they would be healed through your words. Well, so in today's interview, and then they would get empowered and encouraged. So thank you for joining me. And then definitely later, yeah, so we can have another interview well, so it would just go on like yeah.
Yeah.
And then so was a I
Thank
had a
you. Thank you
really
so much.
great time with you. Yeah. So okay, and
Thank
then
you,
I'll
Shine.
yeah, thank you. And then I will edit the video clip and I guess it would take a week or 2 weeks and yeah,
It's
so I
okay.
will let
No
you know and
worries.
then yeah, and then as I shared how to collaborate on YouTube. So I'm gonna share the link.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you so
right.
much. You're doing amazing. You are amazing
Thanks.
already. So everything that you do is also
Oh,
amazing because you are amazing already.
thank
Okay.
you. I needed
And
that word.
and we are
Yes.
already connected.
Yeah,
Okay, I will love
sure.
and leave you now, not because I abandon you, but because I have a
I
I
know, I
have a
know, I know.
client who came to see me
I know,
like
I know. I totally
30
understand.
minutes
Yeah. So
ago.
for me, yeah, so it's time to go to bed. And then I really
Oh,
appreciate
yes.
yeah, the time with you. So okay, so you gotta get ready. So okay, so bye for now. So have a good day.
Okay. Love you. Love you.
Yeah.
Bye. Good
Love you.
night.
Bye.